There have been thousands upon thousands of viral videos that have found themselves on YouTube throughout the over 10 years of its existence, but only a handful of these videos ascend to legendary viral video status, the OG viral video tier. Star Wars Kid, Charlie Bit My Finger, Numa Numa, Antoine Dotson, pretty much classics instantly recognizable by internet users on site. But it would be a straight up sin to overlook a video that some consider to be the Mac Daddy of all of them. An amateur music video recorded and uploaded to YouTube almost 12 years ago by, at the time, 24-year-old Tay Zonday. This Mac Daddy of a viral video is Chocolate Rain.
Chocolate rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Chocolate rain.
The song would wind up creating a music career for Tay Zonday, but also sort of legitimized YouTube as this place for aspiring artists to come and debut their talent. Today's video, we're going to take a look at the story behind Tay Zonday, his song Chocolate Rain, the impact it had, and where is Tay Zonday now. So in order for us to get started, we really just have to go back to 2007 and get to know a little bit about Tay Zonday himself. While many know the man behind Chocolate Rain to be Tay Zonday, this is actually an alias used for a stage name. His real name is Adam Banner, but for simplicity's sake, we'll just call him Tay. From an early age, Tay had displayed musical talent, and he would go on writing and performing music recreationally throughout his adolescence and early adulthood. After graduating from college, he would go on to display his talent at venues within his hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Venues like the Balls Cabaret and the Southern Theater. It wouldn't be this traditional strategy of expanding your musical career by going to local venues that would find Tay Zonday meeting success. It was actually a relatively new lane that was beginning to emerge in the mid-2000s, that being the internet, more specifically YouTube. Tay's big break would be when he recorded himself playing an original song he had written called Chocolate Rain, and he uploaded the recording onto YouTube on April 22nd of 2007. The song wouldn't immediately go viral, but with the assistance of some external factors, a couple of months go by and the video blew up. YouTube had actually promoted one of Tay's previous songs on his YouTube channel by putting it on the front page of their website. YouTube would go on to email Tay Zonday that they had interest in promoting one of his future efforts on the front page again. This future effort would end up being Chocolate Rain, and this Chocolate Rain song would be appearing on the front page of YouTube as promised. In addition to being pushed by YouTube itself, the video would end up on the front page of Dig, which essentially was Reddit before Reddit was a thing. And the video became somewhat of a viral meme over on 4chan. 4chaners had become so enamored with this song that they would make remixes to it, and a fairly popular one exists on YouTube to this day. So being around on the internet and being an active YouTube user at the time of Chocolate Rain's release, I can try to give you a little bit of insight at least to as why I think the song ended up going so viral. Tay has this profoundly baritone voice that was distinctly recognizable, and something about it coming from this 5'8" wiry looking dude was just hella uncanny.
Chocolate rain.
And there are some other quirks of the video itself, like how he moves away from the mic to take breaths and just his overall facial mannerisms when he's singing. And the reddish deep fried hue that's applied to the video gives it this iconic, unmistakable look. I can't really explain it. But whenever you see this video, it's like ingrained in your head. This is the Tay Zonday Chocolate Rain. It's unmistakable. For me, it wasn't until years later that I actually took a look and actively listened to the song itself and realized that the whole track is a metaphor for institutional racism. It's a very cleverly written song. After its release in April, the song was quiet for a month or so, but it started to blow up pretty seriously in the middle of the summer. From its release date on April 22nd to early August, the video would garner over 4 million views, and for 2007, this was some pretty unprecedented growth as far as YouTube videos go. While his fame is rooted online, he quickly transitioned from that internet celebrity role to a more mainstream celebrity. During 2007 alone, Tay was featured on G4's Attack of the Show, the BBC,
What'd you do that for? When you first left me.
Mari.
Chocolate rain, a baby boy.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Rain. Raise your neighborhood insurance rates. Chocolate rain.
And was a guest on the Opie and Anthony radio show.
We got Tay Zonday on the phone. Chocolate rain.
Wow.
Hey, Tay.
Hey.
From here, more and more opportunities would open up for Tay, the first being a collaboration with Comedy Central in this parody song that was meant to promote a new flavor of Dr. Pepper. On November 28, 2007, Tay worked with Comedy Central to release this spoof song called Cherry Chocolate Rain. The music video was professionally shot and makes many allusions to the original Chocolate Rain song.
To my veins, cherry chocolate rain. Ohio's agriculture's based on grains. Cherry chocolate rain. My life will just never be the same. Dark, sweet, unexpected. Taste the secret, you're infected.
And this commercial itself would be one of the big monetized gigs that Tay was able to land after his Chocolate Rain song went viral. Another interesting promotional bit that Tay was a part of was this Mozilla Firefox commercial, which was a parody of We Are the World. It's unknown if he was paid for this gig, but it's a pretty obscure commercial, and I feel like the appearance is worth mentioning.
They get called boring people. They deserve a chance.
We all gotta help them out before they become houseplants.
2007 would set the precedent for Tay Zonday, making all of these cameo appearances in various forms of mainstream media. For the next decade, Tay Zonday would be the cameo guy. He would appear in an episode of South Park.
Chocolate rain.
He has a brief musical segment in a charity music performance involving Jon Stewart, Steve Carell, and Stephen Colbert.
Like a stimulus plan, he's saving the nation. He's hotter than the latest YouTube sensation.
Chocolate rain. Hit the goose and then you'll land the plane.
He shows up in Weezer's Pork and Beans music video. He voices himself in a Robot Chicken episode.
Oh, chocolate grain. Bits of corn, marshmallows, other stuff. Chocolate grain.
And he shows up in a Vizio Super Bowl commercial with Beyonce.
Chocolate rain.
And these are just some of the dozens upon dozens of cameo appearances Tay Zonday has had since Chocolate Rain. I give all of these examples because I want to emphasize how Tay Zonday was able to transcend from just a internet celebrity with a viral YouTube video to making a career where he's able to appear in mainstream media outlets pretty frequently. This seems like something that happens quite frequently in 2019 terms, but all the way back in 2007, this was pretty much a new concept, with Tay Zonday being one of the pioneers in the e-celebrity goes mainstream avenue. Now let's move on to what I'm sure a lot of you are wondering. How much money did Tay Zonday make from Chocolate Rain, or what's his net worth estimate? Chocolate Rain itself is under a Creative Commons license, and essentially these terms can be boiled down to you can share my song as long as you give me credit. So with this Creative Commons license in effect, Tay Zonday kind of creates a double-edged sword situation for himself, because sure, the video is able to be shared freely and tons of people are going to see it, but he's not making money directly from all of these shares. Only a small percentage of that is going to him. And the song was released for free, and it's still free to download to this day. So it's not like he's getting, iTunes money from every download of this track. In a 2009 interview, Tay mentioned that he was making roughly $4,000 to $5,000 per month from the video, mostly from ringtones and music sales. In a later interview, he says he regrets initially making the song available via free download. Quote, I didn't put it on iTunes, and quote, I definitely regret that. If I had made smarter business choices when it was hot, that would have been good, but I didn't know. And still talking money, putting Chocolate Rain to the side, you gotta keep in mind Tay Zonday has uploaded dozens upon dozens of songs, covers, and vlogs on his monetized YouTube channel since 2007. His channel has over 1 million subscribers and over 200 million views total, so that's gotta add up to some money there. Social Blade gives us a vague estimate of $169 a month to $2,700 a month. And trust me from experience, this thing is hardly ever accurate, but I would imagine at one point this monthly AdSense estimate was probably much higher when Tay was more relevant. So with all those revenue streams mentioned, CelebrityNetWorth.com puts him at about a net worth of $500,000. And look, in my opinion, $500,000 is a bit of a stretch, but it's not at all impossible. The money would have had to come from his time as a musician and acting combined with his YouTube AdSense revenue, royalties from his songs, and he also has an extensive voice acting career that very few people are aware of. But like, he's voiced cartoon characters and has done announcing gigs. Just check out some of these examples of what he's done.
The combined wisdom of your predecessors welcomes you, Rodimus Prime.
So Dad did it? That's how this kingdom of Happy Wheels does it. And it's worked out pretty well so far.
So with the music, voiceover work, and acting, it very well may add up to $500,000, but I remain skeptical. Tay Zonday has moved on from Minnesota and now resides in California. Things have quieted down for him lately, but he manages his own website and still creates YouTube content to this day. It appears as though now 36-year-old Tay Zonday is able to remain a career musician off the royalties from his older work with some supplemental revenue from new YouTube content. So Tay is pretty much a full-time entrepreneur taking advantage of any business offer that comes his way at this point. But that's pretty much been whatever happened to Tay Zonday. It's crazy to see what one YouTube song that goes viral can do as far as a career is concerned. Let me know what you guys thought about the video in the description box. I'll see y'all next week for the next vid. Major shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys. Wavy Web Surf out. Peace.